In early May 2026, the medical staff aboard the MV Hondias faced a sudden, severe respiratory outbreak. The ship had departed from Argentina and was navigating a remote itinerary across the South Atlantic Ocean toward Cape Verde, putting the vessel hours, and sometimes days, away from any major medical facilities. Out of the 147 passengers and crew on board, 8 people rapidly developed severe symptoms. Within a matter of days, 3 of those patients were dead. News of a deadly respiratory illness sweeping through a quarantined cruise ship hit the internet immediately. People began searching for details on human-to-human transmission, worried they were watching the prequel to another global lockdown. The settings certainly tapped into our collective pandemic anxiety, but the biological reality of this specific pathogen tells a strictly localized story. The passengers were infected with a Hantavirus, specifically the Andes strain. Despite the terrifying setup, this event is not the beginning of the next COVID-19. To understand why the cluster on the Hondias is such a biological anomaly, we first have to look at how 99% of hantaviruses actually function. Around the world, hantaviruses are carried primarily by wild rodents, like the deer mouse shown here. The virus is shed in the rodent's urine, droppings, and saliva. Sweeping or walking over the debris launches tiny virus-laden particles into the air, where they are easily inhaled into the human respiratory system. When symptoms do finally surface, they start as simple flu-like fatigue, but they quickly progress to hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. As we see in this cross-section, the virus attacks the lungs, causing capillaries to leak and the alveolar spaces to rapidly fill with fluid. The virus jumps from the environment into a human, but it lacks the genetic machinery to jump from one human to another. This May 2026 European Center for Disease Prevention and Control brief outlines the Andes virus is the only hantavirus capable of direct human-to-human transmission. But as highlighted here, the virus is inefficient, requiring intimate, prolonged contact, or direct exposure to bodily fluids to find a new host. In an outbreak setting, the Andes virus carries a case fatality rate ranging from 20 to 35%, and sometimes higher. The layout of a cruise ship provided the exact physical catalyst this sluggish virus needed. Enclosed dining halls, shirred cabins, and tight quarters artificially forced the prolonged contact required for the virus to spread among the passengers. This outbreak represents a rare spatial coincidence, an environment that artificially bridged the gap for a virus that normally struggles to move between people.